Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live. I know I'm early. Hello, Yoakum. Hello, Mr. Yoakum. Okay, I want to thank all my good moderators. Thank you all for the job you did and had been doing. Oh, I had a troll on here the other day on two things. One thing is on the rotary tiller. It was a new rotary tiller by Legion Force, which is made by PULSAR, who it's made by. I had two flat tires on it, brand spanking new. It's tube tire. You don't put a tube in a rear type rotary tiller like that. And that's number one. Number two, it wouldn't go in reverse. Plus, it was making noise. Well, I called Home Depot where I ordered it from. Then they gave me PULSAR's phone number. And called them. They said, well, they send me an email. Well, I guess this guy I talked to, he didn't understand me. I think instead of 54 at gmail.com, he put 64. And I called him back. I said, I never received any emails from you. And they done everything. Said, well, we're going to send you another one. He said, this is what they told me to do. Don't get mad at me. You saw the video. They told me to put dirt in the gas tank. And they told me to drain the engine oil out, which I didn't show you that. They told me to drain the transmission oil out because you can't ship it back to them or take it to a recycle place. You know, got on me for that, but that person was a troll. But thanks to a moderator that saw that, done away with the comment, kicked them off the channel, can't come back. He hasn't been on YouTube less than 30 days, so it tells me it's somebody I've kicked off before, or one of the troll moderators did. And people, that's not my fault for I know you said second opinion. And what they told me to do, I had to take a picture of the vent number. I did that. I took a picture of the gas tank with dirt in it with a piece of paper that had the vent number and everything on that. I had to send it to PULSAR. Sorry, I can't say the name too good. But I done what they told me to do. You know, there's certain things you can't ship. It can't come shipped with gasoline in it. It can't come shipped with oil in it. It can't come in with grease in the transmission. It can't be shipped that way. You know, everything goes back. And somebody got mad and told me to take it off. That troll can take him a flying leap. You know, just agitated. Trolls, people, you all that has YouTube channels, trolls is not there to help you. They're there to hurt you. So I just want to let you know, be careful on who you choose as moderators. You got two moderators, number one and number two. Number one is like you, the YouTube owner. You got a whole lot of things that number one can do. Number two moderator don't have that much they can do without number one or me. You know, I can overrule the moderators, but be careful who you choose as moderators. Something, I didn't know it until today. My son ordered him a new computer. It got a big screen like me, touch screen. He was watching his YouTube videos, and he go to touch that screen. It done things that was so crazy. Touch screen I like. But people not used to a touch screen, you're going to make a few boo-boos. So he figured out how to take the touch screen off where he won't make any boo-boos. I learned from my mistakes, but I like my touch screen. That way I don't have to use my mouse or anything like that. I can just touch the screen and bam, there it is. Be careful when you order stuff. I found this out from Amazon. This is where this computer's from. And a person who got it for me sent me the link. Instead of coming from HP, it came from Timbuktu. And they've been known on computers using a CD and putting it on all computers and not being licensed. So be wary when you buy stuff online like that, at least from Amazon. I don't know what the rules is for it. I'm hoping I got my McAfee where it won't pop up, because I'm not going to do anything stupid tonight. I hope not. And let you know, this morning, one of the mama cats, Boots, she's the gray one with white feet. She had two of her babies out there in the gravel driveway. I walk over to take some food and they took off. Boots has always been like that. Never have her babies on the porch where they can get used to me and all that. She's real lovable. I can pick her up. I can pet her. But her babies is different. And one of those babies looks like Midnight, black and white. And you've seen the outside Wildcat. And Wildcat, that looks like him. I know there's people that got all kinds of pets in the house, outside, on the farm that you love. God bless you. And you see, Monday, I aired Bob Joyce. And I usually air it on Sunday, but he did not upload it until Monday. So I figure maybe they had internet problems and couldn't upload it. is what I'm guessing. I don't know. When it comes to computers and stuff like that, it's hard to figure out. And the rules, people, no cussing, no arguing, no fighting words, no sexual harassment, no putting ladies down. Don't put anybody down. No hate crimes. No gay stuff. No matter if you're a man or a woman, because there's some people on YouTube that don't like it, and I know you can do whatever you want, but this is how I run my YouTube channel, and I try to keep it clean. I got good moderators, and that's one I like. I got nice people that I can trust. They got YouTube channels. They help me get more subscribers. They help me get more watch hours. People, that's what I need, more watch hours and subscribers. I'm at the halfway point. I got over 500 subscribers, almost 550 subscribers. Okay, with YouTube rules, with 500 subscribers, you need 2,000 watch hours. Remember, you need 2,000 watch hours for 500 subscribers before you can get super chats. And that's good. But my goal is to get way over 1,000 subscribers, way over 4,000 watch hours, where I can get some super chats. As you heard in the other videos, I need 2 TARs and a front end alignment for my 2011 Toyota. And I just bought a Troy-built Ryder maybe a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks, within the last 30 days. I was cutting grass the other day, and it blew out a big puff of smoke. Like, if you all ever been to a racetrack, if it's dirt, asphalt, Indianapolis 500 or Daytona 500, before they blow the engine, it starts to smoke. That's what it did. I don't know if I blow the engine or what. I'll tell you some more about me if you're new to the YouTube channel. I'm in my 70s. I had 4 heart attacks. I got high blood pressure. I got diabetes. I got arthritis. I got back problems. You people out there on YouTube that people who had heart attacks and strokes, there's certain things that they can't do. By using a Ryder lawnmower, I don't have to push. All I do is turn the steering wheel and put the foot peg to make it go frontwards, or let off of it, put it in reverse, and push on the pedal to make it go again in the other direction. But, I wish there was somebody with Troy-built on here. I got a push mower. It's a Troy-built. It's over 7 to 8 years old. I got 2 Troy-built Ryders, and I got a Troy-built muncher. I guess you could pick leaves up or put you some sticks in it and grind the sticks up to much. I got that, but that needs to be worked on. It's not getting any far. Like I say, I'm not a mechanic on lawnmowers, you know, and I don't have the tools to probably work on it. I don't know nothing about that. And that's how come I got my post office box in there, which is post office box 1, and my PayPal account, my Cash App, where you can help me get a new rider. I'm talking about a new one. It's under warranty. If anything happens to it, the warranty would take care of it. I should have knew better. I should have knew better. You know, I should have knew better. You know, you learn from your mistakes, but there's people out there that will take advantage of anybody, men, women, young and old. And I want to thank you all. If it wasn't for you all to donate it to PayPal and the Cash App, I wouldn't have had that lawnmower. But I should have waited. But it was getting close to grass cutting time. My grass was getting high. That's my stupid fault. And some of you say, why you got a picture of the kitty cat up there? As you saw in the video I've done back in December, that is Mama Blackie. She was over 10 years old. I don't know exactly how old she was. And usually outside animals, when they get ready to die, they run away from home. They know how attached you are to your outside animals. But she came back after being gone for 2 days. It's not uncommon for Mama Blackie to do that. Came back in the house, ate some canned food, dry food, and some milk. Went in the bathroom. She usually sleeps up there on the cushion on the seat we got in the shower. She usually sleeps there. But she was in the clothes basket on the clothes. And I think that maybe was the first time. And you all seen John Wayne on my videos where he'd jump up on my lap. He stayed with her all night until she passed away, where she wouldn't be alone. John Wayne's a good kitty cat, but I miss Mama Blackie. You know, I know it's December. That was 5 months ago. But Mama Blackie, even with the outside cats, she took care of her kids. She took care of her grandbabies, fed them, gave them a bath, teach them how to hunt for birds, bring in mice where they can get the taste of mice, see what they look like. And every time, like LB, January, and Pretty Girl, always had her babies up here on the porch in the cubby hole. And since Mama Blackie passed away in December, LB and January didn't have her babies here. She took them someplace else. But I keep telling them to bring the babies down there where Daddy can help them out. Sometimes outside kitty cats have problems with their eyes, and you got to get it like a Q-tip and salt water and wash the pus out of it. You all know anything about kitty cats. That's how come I got Blackie on here. I miss that cat. She was a good mama cat. And gotta make a road trip tomorrow. I don't want to because I got the donut tar on. You're not supposed to go too far on a donut tar. And I just don't have the money, to buy me 2 new tars and have my front end line. That's the important part about your vehicle, people. Good tars, make sure your front end's aligned. Make sure you change your oil and oil filter in your vehicle like you're supposed to. Do all of it. Check your tar pressure. Do like a truck driver. Check everything out before you start it up. And if any of you on here works for Troy-Bilt, like I say, I got 4 pieces of equipment from Troy-Bilt. A push mower, 2 riders, and I guess you call the other one a chipper or a muncher chipper. You can pick the leaves up and you can cut up your tree limbs up to a certain size. I've never used this muncher. And I need to get it fixed, but I don't have the money. That's how come I'm trying to get my watch hours. That way I can get what I need. That's important to me. You people here on YouTube is important to me. You're my family that I care about. You all keep me going. Sometimes I want to give up. And some of you says, don't give up. It'll come your way. I want to thank you all. Those times I just want to stop and just give up. I'm getting tired. I'm not having any money to fix anything I need. It's important. That's how I feel right now. But I guess if I was a female on drugs and begging for money, you sent it to me like that girl on YouTube and TikTok named Lisa Richards, I think, who done lost her kids. Always begging for money, gets it. She used that to buy her drugs. She lost her apartment because of the crack. I've seen people on crack. What crack does to your body, it changes you. You don't look the same in your face. You're skinny, you just look different. School is almost out, people, for a couple of months. We usually get out when I was in school, I think before Memorial Day, in that time frame. It depends if we got any snow. And we wouldn't go back to school until day after Labor Day. But they don't do that way anymore. You're usually out of school for June and July, and you're back in school in August or the last part of July, somewhere like that. But it'd be nice if somebody was on here from Troy-Bilt that could help me out. You know, I like Troy built. I had a John Deere before I got my first Troy built rider, but I like it. They're pretty nice lawnmowers. But I just don't have the money, people. I know money's tight. You ain't got it. I ain't got it. We're all on fixed income or low income, as everybody says. But I want to thank you all that have donated through the Cash App, the PayPal. The only thing I got through the post office box was a hoodie, a jacket, sweatpants, stickers from the Lincoln City Gifts. Lincoln City Gifts. Type it into your search engine. Go to them. They didn't tell me to do that. But I want to thank Lincoln City Gifts. And they're very nice people. They didn't have to do that. But I want to thank all of you. I know I'm early. Right now it's 10:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I took my medicine. That's going to get to me in a little bit. Probably knock me out. And I got to get up in the morning. You all heard me talk about Mama Tina. She was a full-blooded Siamese kitty cat. She was a good mother cat. And you seen that blue blanket I showed you in my other videos when I was using my cell phone and my computer until my computer died, and I went to my cell phone. But thanks to YouTube getting me this computer, it's not a gaming computer because it costs over $1,000 for a gaming computer. You get a desktop and it'd be cheaper because you can put a new hard drive in it. You can do everything yourself. On a laptop, you can't do it. That's one thing I like about a desktop. Thanks to TV shows, Tech TV and Screensavers. You type that into YouTube and watch Screensavers and Tech TV. It was a computer show that was on TV. That show you how to build a computer, a desktop from scratch with the motherboard, the hard drive, sound card, everything. It taught you how to do that. But on the laptop, you can't change the graphics card. You can't do this or that. In a way, it's cheaper if you get your desktop, if you want to upgrade. But I had a Dell computer, and since I watch Screensavers and Tech TV, that computer today would be called a gaming computer. I had all the RAM that you can get in it. I had the biggest hard drive that you could get in it at that time. I think it was 500, what you could get in it. Everything, it wasn't a Dell computer anymore. It was more like a gaming computer. Even changed the graphics card in it. Compare what they got today, that would really be a fast gaming computer. But if y'all looking at computers, you're going to use it at home, on the desk, get you a desktop computer. there's things that you can do to a desktop computer that you can't to a laptop. You know, you look at a gaming laptop and you see what they got. Look at a gaming desktop computer and it's cheaper. Well, you have to buy the keyboard, you're going to have to buy the mouse or a monitor, that's extra. But on a laptop, you got your keyboard and your monitor built into it. That's why you pay a little bit more for a laptop. I'd say I'm not smart on computers, but thanks to the people that is on Twitch, that's more a gaming place. You can go and play games with people. They're very smart people. They're very smart, intelligent computer people, even on cell phones. But like I said, people, I'm in my 70s and I don't have nothing to do. And I talk about everything on here. Church, computers, my health problems. I'm being honest because that's what God wants me to do, people. And I don't think I'll be on here too much tonight. Probably go back and watch some TV. I got some more medicine I have to take. And I want to thank my moderators that even on the replay and people making comments. If you make a bad comment on my YouTube channel, they either will delete your comment or block you from the YouTube channel. Because, like I say, you can get by with a little bit, but when you sitting there telling me this or that, no, that's not going to happen. We don't allow this bull crap on here. I watch a whole lot of YouTube channels. RD on the Scene, Kern County Crime Watcher, White T-Shirt Media, What the Hells, Megan Fox and the Umbrella Guy, and the Turtle Boy. I can't forget Turtle Boy. And some channels they cuss on. And some of them don't allow you to advertise your YouTube channel on their YouTube channel. I think it's wrong, but that's how they run their YouTube channel. And one of the YouTube channels I belong, they're up here. They don't make any comments. But I want to thank him because I do promote YouTube channels. I've told you all that 5-0 that's how they used to do here. They got out around the end of May. I think they get out of school next week, I think. They usually go back in July, August. And when I was in school, people, we got out in May unless it snowed. Then we had to make up the snow days. But snow is not like it is today. We had to walk to school, no matter if it was knee high. I've done it. But they don't do that nowadays. If it snows, they cancel the school. No matter if you live 2 blocks away from the school or 3 blocks, they don't want you to walk into school. Boy, school changed since I was in school. People, here's a good guy. He's in Canada, and the Providence of Canada. And I like Canada. I don't know if I could live there or not. It's hard to say. If you was born in Canada, you probably would get used to the weather. Oh, after we get been out of school, people, it has changed. It has changed since I've been out of school. It's been over 50 years. That seems like it's changing every year. People, when I was in school, and when 709 was in school in the Providence of Canada, you have to go to college to be a teacher. I found out last month, which you hear me talk about it. I don't know if it's in any other part of the United States, but it is here in Indiana that you don't have to go to college to be a teacher anymore. Since we got a shortage of teachers, you can graduate high school, go through a strict background check, fingerprints, and all this, from what I've been told, then you be a teacher. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right at all. Because if a teacher who has license get in trouble with the law or whatever, they lose their teaching license. But a person who's never been to college don't have a license. And another question for your people, maybe in Indiana or any other state that has done it. Do they get paid this? I forget what they have here in Indiana at 709. You go 4 years of college, so I guess that's a bachelor degree. I'm no college person, so I can't I can't say. But people, I had a history teacher. I know you heard the story before. First day of class, we change periods, how they used to do it. You might have 1, maybe 5 classes a day, say 1 through 5. Then the next day it might be 2 through 6 or something like it. And this history teacher, the first day when we got to his class, he said, students, leave your books in your locker, have pencil and paper, because what I'm going to show you, that be your test. He was a veteran, I guess, in the Army, maybe Korean War or World War II, somewhere in that time frame. He showed slides. He showed videos on what was it, maybe 16 millimeter or whatever they had back there then. And that was your test. As long as you took notes. And us guys, we passed his history class with A's and B's. The only ones that didn't do good in his history class was the girls. How hard is it to take notes? You know, just like I watch a whole lot of HOA stories. Man, some of those stories that I watch, I know what I could do. I would shoot some of them if they came on my property and busted in my garage or busted in my house or trespass. I would shoot them. Sorry, people. I know I can get arrested for it, but thank God I'm not around no HOAs. But those people that does these HOA stories, they're very smart. They're writing their story. They're writing it. They're getting their subscribers, but I'm not that smart. I don't think I could do what they do because I'm not that smart. Maybe my son is, but, that's another story. But, that's how it is. Everybody watch different YouTube channels. You got things that you like that I might not like. Just like my son. He's always watching movies, maybe from Japan or Germany. He watches these movies, but they translate into English. And he watched quite a bit of it. Plus, he got this one place he goes to. I guess maybe you call it sleeping music or relaxing music. And you can hear that at night when I'm sleeping. Let's get back to Mama Tina. She been dead for over 4 years. I was hoping one of my female cats would do like Mama Tina. Well, last night, Wildcat, I know you've seen Wildcat. I thought he might be in a bobcat when he was young because he had all the markings of a bobcat, but he didn't have the short tail. Maybe his dad was a bobcat. But last night he scratched on the blanket and I looked at him. I raised the blanket. He went underneath the blanket, lay right next to my chest, and she slept there all night until I got up. And so maybe Mama Tina, the angel from heaven, is talking to her. Every animal got angels. When you die and go to heaven, you come back as an angel. How do I know that? I believe in God for one thing, but when I was living at my mom's house, I had this one wife who gave me 4 beautiful kids, and she was a deaf mute. She couldn't talk or couldn't hear. She could make sounds, but you don't want to get her mad. You don't want to get her mad. She died from a brain aneurysm, I guess is what you call it, probably 10, 15 years ago. I miss her. But, well, when I was staying with my mom, taking care of her, I must died in my sleep. My wife came back as an angel, not coal black hair that I last remember. She had golden hair. She could talk. she could hear. And she said, Tom, you need to go back. God has something to plan for you. I had to pinch myself, even in my sleep, because I couldn't believe it. And said, when you die, I'll come to get you and bring you to heaven. And I told her, I said, let's say her name was Rita. That was her name. And I said, money would help. Money would help. Have a good vehicle, don't have to worry about breaking down or your lawnmower's dying or breaking on you, or home repair that you need money for. Said, God hears you, and I will come back and get you, but you need to go back now, because it's not your time to die. Sometimes I feel like Rita's in the bedroom with me, keeping an eye on me. Maybe she's talking to the kitty cats, or maybe Mama Tina talking to the cats. I don't know. But angels does live on this earth. They do come back and visit. I don't know, some of you said, he's a crazy old man. He's seen how people, you have to believe in God. I tell you another thing. I'm going to tell you about it. The next time you go to a funeral home, stand up by the head of the casket. See how nice it is. Then move down to the foot of the casket where the person's feet would be. It'll be colder at the foot, and it will be at the head. And I asked this, these is older people, good church people. He said, that's the person watching over the body and watching the people who comes there to visit them. And I've done an experiment like that. I started with the head, and it's pretty comfortable. You move down towards the feet, it's colder towards the feet and it is the head. I want you people, the next time you go to a funeral home and visit someone, try that. You're not crazy. There is angels out there. You see on TV, what's the name of the show? Ghosts, I think it's called. The only one can see and hear the ghost is that woman of that, I guess, motel or buffet or whatever you want to call it, and her husband can't. And there is ghosts out there. Sometimes I think I see a ghost in my house. As far as I know, there haven't anybody died in this house that I know of. That could have, but I've talked to people. They said, no. A car wreck real close? Yeah. It could be a ghost from the car wreck. Or back probably 40s or 50s at the end of the main road, not my driveway, the main road, there's a Scottsburg police officer got killed. Probably, I'm thinking the 40s, 50s, somewhere in there, got killed. They got a sign up down there next to the highway in his memory where he got murdered by somebody. But people, like I say, I want to thank all my moderators doing a good job. Even they rewatch the videos. They look at the comments. If you make a bad comment like the guy did, what, Monday? Somewhere, Monday or Tuesday, whenever it was. Well, one were about my lawnmower Troy built blowed up with a Kohler, KOL, whatever engine, 17 point something horsepower, blew up. And my rotary tiller fussing about that. And that person said, take that video down. No, I'm not going to take it down. This is my YouTube channel. I don't ask you to come here to watch it. I'm just letting you all know what they told me. This Legion Force people told me. I done everything they told me to do. In case I had to ship it back, because you cannot ship anything like that back with gasoline in it by dumping dirt in the gas tank and take the fumes away from it. You have to drain the oil out of the engine and the rear end grease that goes into the transmission. That's what you have to do. That's what the company told me to do. I could take it to a recycle place or use it for parts. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use it for parts. I done got one tar off of it. I got to buy me 2 valve stems where I can make them tubeless tars and put them back together. Then I have some extra tars. And I'll do what I'm told, people. And some of you say, well, if they tell you jump off of the bridge, would you do it? No. But this is their policy. I'll forget who the person is, but I want to thank the one that deleted their comments, kicked them off of the YouTube channel for good, because that person has not been on YouTube probably about 3 weeks. That tells me that person is a troll. It could be that computer hacker, because that sounds like his talk. That's how he always talks stupid as a 12 or 13-year-old kid. And, my son's still in there playing with his new HP computer. I guess you call it a refurbished computer. I guess you call it. And it got probably a 17-inch screen on it, touch screen, and I would love to see him. He kept touching that screen. That computer done crazy things, but he found out where to go in there to undo what he won't touch the screen. And I gave him a hint. Every computer's laptop is different on an on and off switch. He couldn't find out how to turn it on, and I said, get you a black marker or something, and I told him where to mark it. And that way you could see it in the dark. And stuff like that. Let's see what the temperature is outside. 62 degrees. It says expect in 2 rain days ahead starting tomorrow. So it's supposed to start raining tomorrow, people, here is what it says. So let's see. I know I came on early, but I want to thank my moderators for the job they do. They go back in and look at the comments that people made. And I want to thank the ones that deleted the comments. Finally, I was told they kicked them off of my YouTube channel for good. So thank you. Because I'm looking at the comments on my cell phone in the email. Because every time a comment comes up, it pops in my email. And I can't do anything on my cell phone. And I think that's why this YouTuber got me this laptop. It's not what I wanted. He said, this will get you where you can get back on the YouTube and you can do what you want instead of using your cell phone. So thank that YouTuber. There is people on YouTube that does care about you. You know, I was thinking to do Karen Reed's story. I can't do it tomorrow because I got a road trip sometime tomorrow, which I ain't going to tell you. He has to go to a doctor, or he called his family doctor, or the doctor that delivered him when he was first born. And I forgot what he looks like. But I usually, when he's at the doctor's office, you know, it's on the other side of New Albany. And I sit out in the car. And I watch all the people that goes in and out, look at the different automobiles. I dream. I said, I like to have this one or that one. But, you know, just people, just follow your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams. And men, I just saw in tonight's paper, well, it's be tomorrow's paper, where a person in Scott County, Indiana, is celebrating 50 years of marriage. That's one thing, men, you got to learn. I know some of you disagree with me, but women's always right. To make your marriage last, you got to say they're right, knowing they might be wrong. But you have to, like 50-50. Sometimes it might be 60-40. But to get along with your mate, you got to compromise, no matter how young or how old you are. If you want to make it 50 years, that's a long time being married to the same woman with 3 to 10 kids. Yeah, but I forget what this person's name was. I got an email. If you saw the video that showed me put dirt in the rotary tiller gas tank. You know, he kind of flat told me out, "That's stupid. You should take it down." Said, "Who's the idiot that told you to put dirt in the gas tank?" And then another one I've done showing my Troy-Bilt rider. It was in a vertical position. No, I don't think it's done in a live. I think they redo it after they watch it later. But anytime anybody makes a comment, I look at it. And like I say, 709 and anybody else that's on here, not I know of, because they know how strict everything is when I'm live. And but their comments got deleted. Then I was told they was barred from my YouTube channel. I forget the person's name, because it's a new YouTube channel, about 3 weeks old, give or take a little. So it's funny. It's probably that young moderator I had, you know, the 12 or 13-year-old computer hacker, probably. But people who watch this channel, any YouTube channel that you watch, and it's live, there's always 5-0 on anybody's YouTube channel or Twitch or TikTok or Facebook that's watching for certain people. You know, that is the true story. They look for people. They look for people who try to scam old people or try to threaten old people. And I'm telling you the truth. You know, I don't mind you coming to my YouTube channel, long as you follow the rules of my YouTube channel. And I know some of you under 18 years old, but as it reads, you got to have your parent or guardian there with you. But a 12 or 13-year-old kid who's a computer hacker, what I've been told by the federales, they've been hunting for this 12 or 13-year-old kid because he done some no-nos. They're out to get him, and no matter if he's 12 or 13 years old, when you do certain computer hacking, you can get some big jail time. No matter if you're 12 or 13, 10 years old, you're done for. You know, I'm just trying to help you all out, try to make you all be good. But, you know, when you're 12 or 13 years old, you're going to do what you're going to do anyway. Oh, this Pepsi Zero, it tastes good. But I want to thank you all that has helped me come up with my subscribers, my watch hours. I don't know how many. I know I got over 1,700 hours, watch hours, but I've been told by YouTube that they let me know when I get to the 2,000 watch hours. I don't know if that's the truth or not. You know, I got trust issues with people. I don't trust people that much. Even if I had a girlfriend, I'm scared, afraid I get hurt or they lied to me. You know, that's the problem. I got trust issues. If you've been cheated on or lied to, stuff like that, you be gun shy. You know, I'm sorry, people. That's how I feel. I know some of you is gun shy on some things, but everything I had going on with me with the stove, the toy belt, the rotary tiller, computer, this and that, I'm making sure that I let you know that in case you might run into some problems. You know, that's what I'm trying to teach you. I know I'm old, I'm senile, 4 heart attacks, high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, back problems. You know, I'm being honest because that's what God wants me to do, because God is reaching his hands down to you. So just watch that hand of God come down for you. If you watch Bob Joyce the other night, you heard him talk about God reaching his hand to you. So it's time for me to get off of here. It's 1 hour and 7 minutes. I know I was probably 5 minutes early, I think, give or take a little. But I want to thank you all. I want to thank you all that can help me. I need a new rider lawnmower because if I push more, I could have a heart attack or a stroke. You know, I need 2 tires where I can go to the grocery store or to the doctor's, you know, but I can't afford nothing. That's the only way to be honest with you. So I want to catch you all later. I see tomorrow's what? Thursday. No, Wednesday. So I'll be on here Wednesday and Thursday unless I fall asleep. Sometimes I do that. So people, you take it easy. And God be with you because God is reaching his hand down to help you. Thank you all very much. You have a great day. Parents, before you go to bed, tell your children you love them. Before you go to work or they go to school, tell them you love them. And explain to them that you know that God can take us away at any time. You know, you could die in your sleep. You could die in a car wreck. You die in a school bus wreck. You know, do that. Tell your kids how much you love them and teach your kids to. I will, 709. People, you have a great day. And do your thing. Follow your dreams. If you can help me out on getting a new rider, which I got a Ace Hardware store. I think it's Scott's Ace Hardware in Scottsburg, Indiana. You can look the price of a new rider. You know, you can do that. You can buy it from them. They got my address on file and stuff like that. So you all catch you later. I should be on here Wednesday and Thursday unless I'm sleeping because, like I say, I watch TV and I lay on the heating pad. Sometimes I fall asleep. So I love you all. God loves you. Don't give up on God. You might give up on God, but God has not given up on you. And you can go to bobjoyce.org and learn all about Bob Joyce. Or you can go to Bob Joyce on YouTube and you can see his music service, which I can't share it because it's copyrighted. Bob Joyce will get on me. So you can watch that. So goodbye. You all have sweet dreams. I catch you all later.